shootout race for Cobra from Daytona. Tonight we're racing a little special race as our shootout. It's all our pole winners, and stage winners. Clay,
It's
was
not
that
just our winners. It's pole winners and it's stage winners.
okay? Pole winners and stage winners. Okay, there you have it. So it's just a little special race we're putting on before next week's opener from Daytona. So we're gonna have a bunch of faces here. I believe Clay had said 23 guys. And speaking of that, Clay here is joining me in the booth. I believe he's got a little bit of a starting lineup here before we get racing.
I do. Give me just 1 second. Telling Sauce to get us some invites here for whenever they're ready to go. Let's go ahead and run through the starting order real quick. Starting on row number 12 in the 23rd spot is the 10 of Derek Cope. And some of these guys will race, some of these guys will not be racing. There in row 11, starting 22nd, is the 0 of Higgy WX, and the 7 of Memory 402 will be starting in the 21st position. Making up row 10 and starting 20th, that's the 16 of Mo Palace Celtics, along with starting 19th, the 11 of Sharp. And now they might not be running these exact numbers, but this is the number. We did the numbers for what they're slated to run this year or what they ran last year. So the numbers I'm saying are affiliated with these drivers in some way, shape, or form. Moving in over to row number 9, starting in the 18th spot, driving the number 98 is GTR Jacob, alongside his GTR pal, starting 17th, GTR Picola Gator in the number 19. Row number 8 is a Venom duo, starting 16th, the 3 of JCR Clashin, and starting 15th, the 8 of SMK Sludge. In the 7th row are a couple of Xfinity drivers for GAS, starting 14th, the 54 of Mopawa Cat, and starting 13th, the 20 of Marini. Here in row number 6, we've got starting 12th, the number 9 of Mopawa Nuka, alongside the 43 of Blakey T, who will be starting in position number 11. Moving to the top 10, starting in the 10th spot, the 20 of Mike G, alongside the 5 of Always Freedom, starting in position number 9. In row 4, starting 8th is the 9 of Long Live the Sauce. And in the 7th spot, the 51 of Nike Boy Will. In row number 3, starting 6th is the 07 of Chewy, alongside the 48 of Drunks Fest, starting in the 5th spot. Row 2 has a couple of Xfinity runners from Rum Runners Racing, starting 4th, and the 16 is Monster Racing, alongside his captain, the 11 of Brinkerhoff, starting in the 3rd spot. And sitting on the front row, the defending runner-up in the Cup Series, returning for this race, I can confirm, the 24 of Big Jim, although I believe he'll be running the 11 tonight. And then on the pole, driving the number 37, is GTR Taddy.
Well, there you have it. There you go, folks. There's our starting lineup. Excellent field here. It's cool that you got a couple. We got a couple second row. You got a couple Xfinity guys there starting out in the second row. So it's gonna be interesting here to see what these guys, how this all pans out. Clay, like I said, kind of excited. Not kind of, but super excited to watch this race and call it. So we're just kind of waiting on Sauce, I believe, for our invites. But what are you thinking so far? He should have
sent me one. Did he send you one? Did he?
Let me. Just now I got one. You get anything yet?
Are we live?
Yes, sir.
I'm just double checking.
But yeah, as we're waiting for our invites and stuff, like I said, next week we'll be starting off our season 4 from Daytona, and we've got 5 returning captains. Well, I should say five captains. 4 are returning. 1 is new. That's Brinkerhoff in the Rum Runners Motorsports or Rum Runners Racing. but we're going to have a field of 20 team guys, and also be a one guy Xfinity winner, I believe. We'll be moving up, so it'll be a 21 car field next week for the Cup guys, and then we'll also have a 20 car for Xfinity, which is at 8 Eastern. That race will be coming at 8 Eastern. Our Cup race should be coming around at 9:30 Eastern, and then our new series is the trucks. So anybody who's watching this stream, you have 3 chances next Friday to watch three different races.
We're good to join. We're good to join.
But yeah, we can. Let me hang on here.
Have him, but looks like he's got a free Friday night. We won't really see much of him until the second half of our slate this year, but it is good to see him in this shootout race. Glad we're going to get to see him tonight. We expected him to be primarily part-time this year, but he is racing with us tonight, Butters.
Awesome. I'm glad to see. Hang on, I'm loading up right now, so I don't think they can hear us.
Here we go. We are live. As they are taking the green flag right now, it's GTR Taddy with the lead, starting it off here. He's got the 24 of Big Jim to his outside, so Big Jim is running that 24 tonight. There is Monster Racing in the 16 and the 48 of Drunkfest there, Butters.
Yeah, I just got the loaded screen, so yeah, I'm watching you now. So we got the Big Jim. 16 a Monster. There we go. 48 a Drunkfest. Yeah, glad to have him in here. I'm glad he was able to make it this race because he earned to be here, and I'm glad he's here for it.
So we got 40 laps in this one here tonight, a relatively short one, just as long as the race that we had a little bit ago that was an ineligible race. Oh, man, we got a lot of contact there. Looks like the 16 of Monster Racing might have jumped up the racetrack there a little bit. 18 of Nike Boy Will sticking his nose underneath there. Well, it looks to me like a fair move watching that number 18. A little bit of a door slam from the 16, but we're going to move forward. And how about this 18 of Nike Boy Will? Is also who I'm riding along with Streamwise. I've got his stream pulled up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting with Nike. He's running with Lipson this season, I believe, in the truck series.
No, he's not.
He's not.
He's running with my team in the truck series.
He got traded, didn't he? Sorry.
Yep, I traded for him.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, Clay's got him down in the truck series.
Yep.
So he's gonna be a strong contender up there or down there in that truck series for you.
Yeah, and he's in the same party chat with P. Cola's Cup and Xfinity guys because my truck team is affiliated with P. Cola.
Yep.
And so I got him in there with the gas guys. So that's why he's driving the number 18.
So it looks like he must have had a little bit of an issue. We got Freedom Flyers. Kind of fell way off the pack here. I don't know what happened there at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, I was noticing that. He lost the draft here. I think cautions are on, but stages do not appear to be on at all.
Got it.
Got the 88 of Mopao and Nuka, who also appears to be falling off of this main draft a little bit. A number of guys not in this race. But we do have a pretty solid crowd here tonight. Oh, I see the 7 of Memory is in the race as well. That's an interesting one. We expected him to be a good chunk part-time this year as well. A lot of change going on. Of Monster Racing, the defending Xfinity on the bottom, with some help from the 8 of SMK Sludge and the 3 of JCR Clashin. Look at this so far here. Yeah, but Monster Racing goes forward with the lead.
Yeah, and I was pointing out, I was kind of looking at some of the cars. Got Marini. Interesting story there at the end of the season last year. He kind of let everybody know he was going to kind of retire from the league. He wasn't thinking he was coming back, but guess what? A week or so ago, I don't know if somebody worked some magic on him or if he just got the itch again, but he decided to come back. He was a last-minute guy for the draft, and he got picked up right away by Gas Motorsports. And glad to have Mike back, man. He's a good racer, and I was kind of bummed a little bit when he said he wasn't coming back, but he's back, and hopefully he hangs around and has some fun on Friday nights.
The same thing can be said for GTR Jacob. Now, I'm not sure Jacob is with us in here tonight, but he also agreed to come back this year.
Right.
But look at this racing here. We've got two solid lines of guys here that are pushing. No single file racing yet. Now, we are on lap number 6, so you would think that after a certain point that they will straighten it out just a little bit and be content to click some laps off, as is with every plate race. You see that top lane starting to fall apart just a little bit. Ooh, a lot of dancing around there. Getting shuffled out, the 18 of Nike Boy Will. He's going to fall to the back of this pack, but he is back here with a couple of his buddies, so he should be able to fall right in line.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is as long as they don't, do something drastic where they lose the draft, they can kind of sort themselves out as long as they hang in that draft. Usually you can get lined back up. So that's the most important thing, obviously, but if you get shuffled to the back, you hang on to that draft, you got opportunity to drive your way back up in there again.
Yeah, and I mean, there you go, right? Look at Pete Cola making a move to the outside of Nuka. Nuka did manage to stay with this lead draft after they got side by side, and they're already making some headway here. A little bit of disjointed racing here from this main pack. Saw another guy lost a little bit of the draft. The 42 of Brinkerhoff got separated from the main group here. As well, the 48 of Drunkfest has lost the main draft. So a couple big names falling off the main draft already. I mean, but everyone in this race is a big name, though, right?
Right. So, do you know is this just normal draft, Clay?
It's either normal or high. I can't remember. Okay. I can't remember what Sauce ended up going with.
Okay.
I guess the guys in here with the most to prove would be like, the 18 of Nike Boy. Were in ARCA primarily last year. Nike ran a part-time schedule, so I presume that Nike would have the most to prove. But everyone else has pretty much been here for a while. I guess, Memory would be another one with a lot to prove. He ran a part-time Xfinity schedule last year for gas. So he's another one with a decent amount to prove here tonight compared to everyone else. Oh, we got a lot of checking up. We got a lot of chaos going on here. Got some lag going on. Ooh, the 7 and 24 make some contact. Memory's in the wall. And he's going to lose this main draft. He is not. A lot of chaos here in this main pack. Well, he might be able to make the lead draft here. There's some lagging going on. A lot of lagging going on. But it's still Monster Racing showing the point here in this one, Butters. The 18 gets put in the wall. He's going to end up losing this draft, too, it looks like. And he is spinning down the back stretch. Yeah, so around goes the 18 of Nike Boy. He got put in the wall there by the 88. The 20 of Mike G spinning as well. Gas not doing so hot in this point of the race. And they're wrecking on the back straightaway, too. More wrecking going on. And that's going to bring a caution out.
Well, that's the break that they needed for those guys to get all packed back up again. So
that's some big news for the 42 of Brinkerhoff, and as well the 5 of Always Freedom, who I think also got caught up in that wreck on the backstretch with the 20 and the 18. But that's going to stack literally everyone back up here. 15 drivers in this race, by the way. 15. 15 of the 23 eligible are racing tonight.
Hey, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. You know what I mean? For something that,
we are
really, like I said, it's a fun race. Points race, not a points race, so yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Back racing again. We have some guys who chose not to pit. It appears as such. The 3 of JCR Clashin is going to lead us to the green flag. He's got the 9 of Long Live the Sauce out there on the front row as we're going back green on lap 14 here from Daytona. Already some 2 and 3 wide racing. Daytona is one of those tracks where, at least for me, it's a lot harder to keep the bottom at a racetrack like Daytona than it is at Talladega. I don't really understand why, but I think it just feels a little tougher to hold the bottom at Daytona, especially if you're on a controller. You pretty much have to run like a 1 on the slider if you're on a controller.
Yeah, I think a little bit.
Or otherwise, you're not holding the bottom.
I think a little bit has to do with the clay. I mean, the way I look at it is because Daytona's a little narrower. You know, Talladega's a wider track. So when you, I think is when these guys are racing side by side, and you got the guy underneath, and you got somebody right on you. I think it's you get more intense that you're trying to hold that bottom where you ain't got as much wiggle room. You know, compared to Talladega, you know, it's a little wider. The guys on the outside aren't so pinched to you.
Oh, we've got some contact here. The 42, it gets into the 51. That's Brink getting into Marini. Marini is in the outside wall, and he is going to lose the draft. Freedom Flyers also lost the draft as a result. Again, tough break for the 5.
So you said you have a stream up, right?
I do. I have Nike stream up, the 18.
Okay.
25 laps to go here in this one.
Gotcha.
Good push here on the bottom, and the 88 had to take evasive maneuver so as not to wreck the 3 there. A late lunge to the bottom of the racetrack by that 3 of JCR Clashin. He's going to maintain the lead here. How about this car inside lane, third person back, the 42 of Brinkerhoff, is going to be moving up to the Xfinity Series after a good showing last year in ARCA. One of our new team captains for this year, Butters. You've mentioned him a couple times already, but he's looking pretty good in the middle part of this race.
Yeah, he actually he took over Eclipse Motorsports from Chase when Chase had some health issues halfway through the season last year, and Brake went as an interim and ended up getting finally with Chase stepping aside full time that it became Brink's team. So yeah, he's been excited. I know he's been wanting to be a captain a couple seasons now, but he got a shot, and we'll see what he can make of it.
How about this? Second, third, and fourth are all captains here. The 37 of Taddy, the 42 Pete Cola getting shoved down pit road. I'm not quite sure. It looked like some type of stack up there, but that is bad news if you're the 19 of Picola.
Yeah, tough break for that guy.
I'm not sure what happened there.
I caught him going through the grass. Or did he actually go down pit lane?
He actually went down pit lane, which is going to make him lose even more time as a result. But if we get a wreck, which there's a lot of action going on here at the front, if we get a wreck, then he very well might just be okay, because he would be the first car to get back on the lead lap, that type of thing. He'd be able to stack back up with everyone. So I think he'd be okay. But it's absolute chaos up here at the front with 22 laps to go.
So if we don't get a yellow, these guys still they can make it, I'm assuming?
I'm not sure if they can make it or not. You got the 18 of Nike in the wall. He comes down, that gets the 48. The 18 is going to lose the draft here.
That's weird.
I think he just got... Yeah, he got sucked up into the wall there, a little too close, running that outside lane. Some contact goes with the 48, but the 48 remains unscathed. And losing out on that, the 18 of Nike, unfortunately, is going to lose this draft, and he'll need to hope for a caution.
You know, what I've been noticing, Clay, is a lot of these cars are bouncing around. Because I don't think this many guys have internet issues. I'm not
even sure that it's that.
because I seen like it ain't just like a couple guys. Every once in a while you see just about every car will jump a little bit. That's what I'm seeing on my end. Maybe it's just my end, but
things appear to be running fairly smoothly here on Nike's stream, at least. I really feel like it's just, we're coming off of an off season. A few of these guys race still, but some don't. For some, this is the only league they run in. For some, this is one of 2 or 3. So it could be just a little bit of rust here.
So yeah, I'm riding.
So JCR Clashin is still showing the point here. No surprise to see that number 3 out front here at Daytona. And he's got his captain of Taddy there behind him. The pole sitter.
Yeah, riding around with the 37 right now, though. So we'll get a good view of him, seeing if he can push his one of his drivers or keep him up front. It looks like Big Jim has moved to the outside, though.
And there's the 3 again, man, making a little bit of a late lunge.
Yeah,
Jim has to check up ever so slightly.
Yeah, he's definitely jumping up into the row that's got any momentum at all. And you see him clear back down to the bottom.
But check out this inside lane. 3 Venom Racing Cup drivers here. The 3 of Clash and the 8 of Sludge, 37 of Taddy. Running 1, 3 and 2 there. A lot of action happening here in the second part of this race. A number of drivers are now outside of this draft here, having had various issues. But we've gotten what appears to be like a 3 or 4 car breakaway here. Venom Racing running it really well here to start out. They've managed to link up here, and I don't know what's behind them, but it might be really tough for these guys to make a move. But no, here they come. Here comes the 16 of Monster Racing with some help from the 20 of Mike G. Are they going to have enough momentum here down the front stretch to make this part interesting again? No, they aren't. No, they aren't.
Nope, that top row fell apart. Started when the number 24 Big Jim moved down to the bottom, and I believe the 2 cars behind him followed him down. So
I do see a pack of 3 that is now materialized. Of course, I'm watching Nike's stream here. He is packed up with the 5 of Freedom and the 51 of Marini. Those 3 are trying to maintain some type of a pace to this lead pack. They might catch up to Nuka right here in the 88. See if he can join their pack and become a pack of 4. That would be big news for these guys back here.
yeah, I got the camera on actually. No, I got it on Big Jim, but I see the 40 in there in that 5th spot. So earlier in the race, he did lose the draft on a issue, but he's maintained here with these front guys, and looks like he's holding strong. That number 16 of Monster, he doesn't give up on that high side. He's staying up there with Mike G. Still pushing. Oh, now we got contact sauce into the wall with Drunkfist down on the apron.
Yep, those are a couple of Litsum drivers not having a great time there. But there looks like, no, Sauce is not going to stay with the lead draft. Well, we'll see if he can catch the back of Drunkfest's draft. If he can, he's going to stay with this draft here. But no, we've got the 7 of Memory getting into the wall, so that might help Sauce out a little bit in being able to get back. But it's still these front 3 up here. Boy, you'd have to think a caution would make things interesting here, wouldn't it?
Right. How many we got left?
I'll have to see when Nike gets back around.
So since we're sitting here, since I'm riding along with Big Jim, a little backstory on Big Jim. He had retired from the league at the end of the season, but for him being qualified for this shootout, and the guys, the admins reached out to him, and he accepted the invite, and he did decide to show up tonight for this one-off race for just to join it since he was eligible for it, and he decided to come out and have a little fun.
Yeah, and here he goes. He's getting to the outside of the 37 here for the second spot on the racetrack. The Venom guys get disconnected there on the bottom a little bit. Mike G giving a shove to the 24 on the outside lane. There remains 13 laps to go in this race, and it's starting to pick back up a little bit. You got the Venom guys on the bottom with help from Brinkerhoff in the 42, but it's a hodgepodge of drivers up there on that top lane, making it a 5-on-4 scenario here.
Yeah, I think if they can stay together, if they can keep it together.
Oh, the 3 is going to throw a block on the 24 right there. JCR Clash and tries to go up and block Jim. Doesn't work. Sticks the 20 in the middle. The 20 is going to jump back up to the back of the 24, but they're all disjointed here.
Right.
Can they get back to that 24 and keep this top lane going? No, they cannot. And as well, I can say the 48 of Drunkfest also has lost this lead draft here. Unfortunate for that 48. But that remains just 9 in the lead pack here. There is 12 laps to go here. They are wrecking on the exit of turn 4, it appears. Nike Boy and Freedom having a couple issues here. Someone else involved as well. I'm not quite sure who that is that got caught up.
It doesn't bring out the yellow.
Yep, no yellow though.
Yeah, going back here a little bit, just that I think, with the guys we brought in, Clay, this year, I wish Jim would have gave us one more year, because it'd been interesting to watch him race some of these guys, have some of these guys, because Jim was...
Oh, we got a lot of contact going on here. The 8 of Sludge with some contact from the 42 of Brink. Look at this power move from the 42 of Brink. He's going to get to the outside of Taddy for position number 2. It is Captain v. Captain here side by side, heading off of turns 3 and 4. But that push on the bottom lane is going to continue to prevail. And Big Jim bullies his way up there to the top lane, and he's going to get a run down this front stretch. Side by side with the 8 of Sludge. Can they get more of a push? No, they don't have help. You got Mike G and Sauce there on that inside lane. They are about to catch the lap car of Always Freedom. And we'll see if he can keep it up and out of the way of these leaders. We got a caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack. Looks like a spin on the backstretch.
Late race caution. Well, here we go, boys. Here's our definition of a shootout. It's coming our way right now.
I'm not sure if the 18 might have gotten turned around by the 51, perhaps, or maybe the 18 spun by himself. I'm not 100% sure. But it does appear that it was some issues for the 18 here on the racetrack. That's going to stack everyone right back up, though. Here's these typical late race Daytona cautions. And it is the shootout, so you never know what you're going to get. We saw how strong these Venom guys are when they work together. But can they get lined up again here? There's going to be roughly 8 laps to go. The top 9 on the racetrack did not pit, so that is a curious thing to consider here. But it's JCR Clashin leading us back to the green flag. And a heck of a jump for the 3 of JCR Clashin allows the 37 to get down. The Venom guys are all together now. And that top lane just cannot get going there, Butters. 7 to go.
Yeah, it's like there's just too much dancing around for those guys to... But I think once they get wound up here, I think they'll form it. They'll try it again. I guarantee you that. I mean, like I said, we're in a shootout. I know there's a little bit of a prize at the end of this race, so why wouldn't you take your chances? You got nothing to lose. It ain't like it's a points race, so It's going to be interesting here.
So looking here at this restart, there is now 6 laps to go here from Daytona. And how about this? Already off the restart, the 18 of Nike Boy finds himself at 7th on that inside lane. Already a big rebound for the 18. Does anyone have anything for these Venom guys up here at the front? It's going to be awfully tough, I have to think. You got guys that, you know, they prefer to run that bottom lane. It is so tough to generate runs. You have to have the right number and the right time. It is so difficult to pull off.
These boys are bouncing around big time.
5 to go here.
Like there was some contact.
Oh, Brink's going to get a nose underneath this 8 here. The 8 is just bounced up the racetrack a little bit. The 42 getting a push from the 7 of Memory. Look at this run by Nuka and Jim. Wow, the 8 of Sludge goes into the wall. It's all kicking off with 5 laps to go here. The 88 and 24 teammates last year at Litsum. Well, one ran Xfinity, one ran Cup. But look at Jim giving this shove to the 88. We're 2 by 2 here down the front stretch. Look at this. Nike Boy's up there. He's up to the 3rd spot on that inside lane. The 48 of Drunkfest right there behind him. It is all kicking off with 4 to go.
Yep, that top line now is moving. I believe they got the... Yeah, you got Nuka, Jim, Memory. P. Cola is up in there. Brink and Monster are all committed to that top line right now. They could just get the momentum to get her moving. They do get it, and then they lose it a little bit.
And the top line's going to lose a little bit of momentum here.
A couple cars bailed on them.
Yep. So with 3 laps to go, it's still the 2 Venom cars out front, but they did lose their teammate in the 8 of Sludge. He's still up here in this lead pack, but he's a lot further back. Here it is. Here it is. The move at the front of the field. Drunkfest trying to make a move on Clash and does not work for that number 48 as he gets blocked by the 3 of Clash and controlling the field at his own pace right now. And there are 2 laps remaining. We'll see the white flag next time by as they head off into 1 and 2.
What's going to be interesting, Clay, here, this white flag. I know Taddy in that 2nd spot has got his driver leading, but Taddy's the kind of guy I believe is that he ain't going to settle for 2nd here. So I would be interested to see if these guys on the outside can form up one more push, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Taddy jump up in front of that if they.
Here comes another push from the outside lane. It's Jim and Nuka working together once more. Off of turn 4, the 3 of JCR Clashin is going to see the white flag here at Daytona. One more time around, what kind of chaos will we see here on this final lap? It is a just for fun race, so we're going to find out what we got. We're wrecking big on the front stretch here. Will that bring the yellow out? Will that bring the yellow out? It is not going to bring the yellow out. No yellow right now. It is all going on here down the back straightaway for the final time. Who has it? Who doesn't have it? The 18 gets blocked a little bit here. Here comes the 20 of Mike G to the outside. Taddy backs up the 18. That might give the 3 the win here from Daytona. Off of turn 4, coming to the stripe, the win goes to the 3 of JCR Clashin. Taddy is going to finish 2nd. Brink 3rd. Nike Boy finishes 4th. And 5th is going to go to Memory. Mike G rounds up in 6th. Monster Racing 7th. GTRP Cola Gator goes 8th. Drunkfest 9th. Big Jim rounds out the top 10. What a friggin' finish. A lot of chaos. Wow. Holy cow.
I was expecting something like that. We knew it wasn't going to just be a mellow last few laps, so it definitely earned what we were thinking, and no doubt it was very exciting.
Since we are having a shorter race, we are going to invite the top 5.
Fine by me. So yeah, as we wait for, as Clay is working on trying to get the top 5 guys to come in here, see if they'll all show up for a quick little chat interview.
Fastest lap goes to the 9 of Long Live the Sauce.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to wait and see if we can get all of our top 5 in here.
I believe we got 3 of the 5.
Waiting for them to join with their mics too, because a couple of them's mics are still not coming in.
So we got Clashing, Nike, and Taddy.
Yep, I'm waiting on Memory and Brink.
Well, Clay, I mean, we can start with what we got here. We got the...
All right, yep, we'll go ahead and start here with our 4th place finisher. And it's the guy whose stream I had up the whole time. And he is my driver, so I will go ahead and talk to him. He rebounds somehow for a 4th place finish. And Nike, you know, you had quite the race. A couple times you lost the draft, happenstance, issues, whatnot. And it's just a fun race. So you end up with a 4th place finish. So tell me about that 4th. Yeah, so perhaps you're one of the guys in here with the most to prove, considering you ran part-time Xfinity, part-time ARCA last year. But you still managed to qualify for this race. Racing with a bunch of Cobra Cup and Xfinity regulars, you felt like you had a lot to prove, right? Well, you're bringing it back home in a 4th place finish. It's a pretty solid finish to start the year, and you were the top finishing truck driver in this race, although you were the only truck driver in this race. So your truck teammate Travis finished 3rd in the other race, and you're backing it up with a 4th. So underdog with a couple of solid finishes here tonight. Yep, going for the win, but it's a 4th place finish. Butters, you got anything for Nike?
Yeah, man, good job tonight. Great run. Like I said, going back to where you were traded, now you're in a truck ride, but you go out there and guys, they know who you are, Nike, and you keep plugging away, and I'm fairly confident you're going to work your way back up through there. So I just want to say congratulations, man. Strong run for being, like I said, basically the only truck guy in the race, and you proved yourself tonight greatly, and I just want to say congratulations and good job, man.
So we'll move on to our 2nd place finisher here. It is GTR Taddy. It's a pole, but it's also a 2nd place finish. You seem to work really well with your guys at Venom, being Sludge and Clashing. Was there any part of you that wanted to win that race there at the end and beat your driver Clashing there for the win?
Honestly, when we lost Sludge, well, actually, first off, I want to say that was pretty cool. Me, Sludge, and Clash were actually not in a chat together. Most of the teams teamed up, and all three of us were in separate chats. So that's cool that we were able to work that way. Once we lost Sludge at the end, I had no intentions of making a move. Maybe with Sludge sitting in third, I could stick out. Sludge ends up in second. If I lose a spot, I fall back to third. Still have 1, 2, 3. But there at the end, if I tried making a move, doubtful anybody was going to go with me. Weaving in and out, I might have ended up wrecked. So I just had it planned in my head. I was just going to stay on the bumper of that three as best I can. And the whole time he was making those blocks on the outside, I would kind of burp on the inside to make sure that he'd also be able to get back down. So I thought it was pretty good teamwork, and always happy when I see Venom come out P1 and P2.
So, it was a pretty eventful race. A couple times you went to the back of the lead pack. A couple times you were at the front. You didn't ever really lose the lead draft. What was the thought when that last caution came out?
I was a little nervous because, again, I said that me, Sludge, and Clashing were not in the same chat, right? And so that last caution come out, we were P1, P2, and P3 prior. And so I wasn't 100% certain how I was going to get down. I thought that was going to be what separated us, and I was going to be Sludge was going to be in the same predicament that I ended up at the end of the race, right? But it ended up panning out for the best. Sludge kind of lifted a little bit so I could get down. I almost thought he lifted too much because Mike G almost got down in front of him too as well. So it just, like I said, good teamwork, and can't be any happier.
Well, Butters, you got anything for our second place finisher of Taddy?
Oh, I just want to congratulate you, Taddy. Another strong run there with the Venom boys. You guys seem when you guys are out there together, it seems like pretty strong teamwork. Is that something you guys always, you pretty much, I know you are a big team guy, and being part of your truck team, you have your chats and stuff. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think you're one of the strongest team. What can I say? Communication-wise, you really pride yourself on that, don't you?
Yeah, one of the things, like at the end of the season, last season, I wasn't there, but I do like to make sure that the team's squared away and everything's going. Even if I can't be there, you were in the team chat at the end of the season, try to make sure somebody's going to be there, taking my car, have the best opportunity to have a full field for the team. And, I'm not as fast as a lot of these guys clashing. You got Heredia, Elite, Mike G, a lot of these guys coming back this season. Big Jim tonight only, Pico. Those guys are crazy fast. I'm not on a week-to-week basis. I'm not that speed. But anything I can do to try to help out the team, of course, I'm going to try to do so.
Yeah, right, exactly. So yeah, I just like I said, but it just seems like you guys, when like you said, you had your first, second, third. You guys really always seem to drive good together. So, and I think that's just a testament to your leadership. And I just want to say congratulations again, man, and you had another strong run.
I appreciate it, and big shout out to everybody else in the top five, and again, Clashing and Sludge. Great teamwork there, especially for not communicating with each other. So, good job to everybody out there.
And so we're going to jump back here to our third place finisher. And Brink, you're in an odd situation. You were in ARCA last year, but you get elevated to captain status this year. And so you, like Nike, had a lot to prove tonight. And you're going to come home with a third place finish, just edging Nike out there for third. You ran in the lead draft basically all night. You had a really, really solid night with the rest of these Cup guys. Surely you're happy with this, right?
Yeah, I'm thrilled. Congratulations to Clashing. It was really, I want to say to Taddy's point, it was really great teamwork. The way that rear bumper attached to the 3-car fended off every driver that came near it, that was really good teamwork, I felt, from those two, the Clashing and the rear bumper, that is. But yeah, it was a really fun time. I think we took a lot of fun chances out there as far as racing. And I'm sorry to Sludge if he thought I pushed him up coming out of turn 2. I swear to God I didn't. He just left the lane open and I had the run. And I stayed there. I know he got caught on my rear bumper in the tri-oval. I don't know what kind of happened back there towards the end. So, again, sorry if there's some sort of, we'll talk about it later. But, yeah, I was happy to get third place. I was driving the car that probably your dad will be driving for most of the season, as he was the only one of my Cup guys who wasn't eligible to run tonight. But as everybody knows, I got a pole. That's why I got here, so that was cool. And I was, just honestly, my arms were shaking at the end of this. It was a lot of fun. It was tense. The last 10 laps were a fucking blast.
Well, you had a pretty good showing here tonight. You got your driver memory there on a part-time basis. I was shocked we actually saw him tonight, but he finishes 5th. So for Rum Runners Racing tonight, it's a 3rd and a 5th. That's a pretty solid start to the year.
Yeah, Monster was leading a bunch of the race earlier, so yeah, it was fun. It was really fun.
Yeah, Monster had a really solid night tonight. And Butters, you got anything for Brink?
Hey, strong run, man. What can I? Well, like I said, you being a rookie captain, and we a little bit elaborate a little bit. We talked about your draft. We figured you come away. We kind of knew your strategy with your best available, and it kind of showed. Tonight, I believe, like you said, you had Monster up there towards the front or at the front, and then with you and Memory. It looks like Rum Runner Racing will could have a pretty strong season. So I'm assuming that you're pretty excited to go forward and see what can happen.
I'm actually super excited about my team and the performance tonight from everybody. Yeah, we all know that Monster is going to be an Xfinity, but he's totally Cup level talent. And Memory, who's up there in Cup, so these are great guys to work with. They're fun to work with as well. And when you're fun and you're smart, like, that's just the best of both worlds, right? So we have I think we're going to come together here as a team. Rum Runners Racing, it might be new to Cobra technically, but I got to give credit to Taddy. He let me start it at first in GC. That was our first, and now I have an F1 division over in the Canadian League that's running with Soaps and Mike G, who are Cobra drivers here. And with Soaps is actually gone 2 for 2. So Rum Runners Racing is fastly becoming quite the e-motorsports racing stable.
Yeah, like I said, once again, congratulations on that. Yeah, you guys are. I believe you're gonna make a name for you guys yourself this season. So let's hope you guys don't run or keep up the good work and don't have any tough breaks. And just super excited to watch you guys put something together this year and make a push.
Yeah, man, we're gonna take the cards that are dealt to us and play our best hands.
You got her.
And so that brings us to our race winner here tonight. And you got to love seeing that 3-car out in front at Daytona. And he certainly made it happen with some Dale Earnhardt-type moments, with some heart-stopping blocks and heart-stopping moves. And it's a win for JCR Clash. And holy cow, man, you put on a show tonight.
Yeah, fun race.
And so, you miss a lot of races here at the back end of the year last year. You're not able to come away with a championship 4 appearance or a championship. You're back again this year. Was this the race for you to go ahead and put people on notice that you're back?
No. I usually don't like Daytona, Talladega races, but I showed up, so I'm not going to show up not to try to win. So went out there, try to have fun, especially I didn't want to wreck anyone. Like, that was the number 1 priority, but I really wanted to win.
So you worked well all night with Taddy, and just talk more about that team effort tonight.
Yeah, we weren't in the same chat, so where I wanted to run, I don't think they knew where I was going to go. So a couple times I drifted up off of 2 to try to kill the momentum on anyone that was laying back, but it messed up our momentum a few times, and come with like 3 or 4 to go, I drifted up on accident there because I wasn't paying attention, and that's how I think the 4th place guy got underneath the 8. But it was a good race. I got to the lead due to a caution, which I think I might have been able to clear myself to get down anyway if there wasn't a caution. But after that, it was just Taddy pushing me for the remaining of the 30 laps.
So there were 2 or 3 points in this race where you had guys get runs to the outside or to the inside. I don't want to say you were all over the place because you weren't. But those blocks were awfully close to creating a big wreck. Just talk about some of those moves because those were crazy. Some of those were crazy. I don't know that I would have done those if I were you. But you made it work.
Yeah, it made it work. So with it being Daytona, the second lane is kind of rough because a lot of guys are going to be bouncing off the apron. So normally the runs came from like 6th, 7th place on back. So by the time they got to, 3rd or 2nd place, their momentum was basically killed where it was safe enough for me to block a a 2 to 5 mile an hour run instead of pulling out and blocking a 20 mile an hour run, which causes stack ups and big wrecks.
Right. So it's another win for you. I can't remember how many races you won last year, but you're already in the win column this year, even though it's not in a point setting. What are your goals for this year?
Last season it was points, so this season I want to win a few more times. I know last season I didn't have the greatest of seasons in terms of wins, so I want to at least try to get 4 more.
Is a championship on your mind? I know you're going to have some stiff competition with guys like Elite Precision, Heredia, RS Meatwagon is going to be some stiff competition, and you got some returning guys like Celtics, your teammate from last year, and Blakey T will be returning, as well as P. Cola and a bunch of other guys. So is a championship on your mind here?
Yeah, championship is always the goal in any league I run in. I've had a peek at the roster, the past few weeks, and it's looking pretty stacked. So I like my odds, but they're not the greatest odds.
Well, Butters, you got anything for our race winner tonight?
Oh, I just want to say congratulations, man. It was joy watching you show the power that you had out there in that 3 Chevrolet. I enjoy watching racing. I like when guys, you did what you had to do to maintain that lead, and I really never have a problem with stuff like that. But that's what makes a race exciting to watch, definitely. But yeah, I mean, great job tonight, man, and hopefully we get to chat a little more this year in post-race interviews a little bit. So, and then also just mention that you saying that the roster is a little bit more stacked. Ultimately you make that playoffs, anything can happen. And with us adding 2 more spots, so we got 10 guys making the playoffs instead of 8. At the end site there, you gotta be excited for that.
Yeah, it's always fun for me when we got new competition. I love racing competition. It's not always the funnest thing to do when you're showing up to a race and win. I want competition every week throughout the whole, even playoffs. Even if you can't win the championship, show up, compete for the win.
And there you have it. Excellent. Like I said, congratulations again there, Clashin.
Yep, thank you.
And so you've heard from our top 4 finishers here tonight. Nike Boy Will there in 4th, 3rd going to Brink, 2nd going to Taddy, and JCR Clashin coming away with the win in tonight's shootout. Next week is the duels. Am I correct in saying that there, Butters?
No, I think we believe we're going right into right to Daytona.
Oh, we're just going to go right into the season. How about it? Let's just
Daytona
go right into the season. No
week.
more waiting around.
Nope, there's no more waiting around. There's no more. I know last year we ran some qualifying races and all that, but we decided to do this shootout thing special for the guys with poles and stages. And but next week we're gonna go right into race number 1 from Daytona with the Xfinity Cup and the truck guys here all next Friday night.
Yep, the league is brimming with hype, and we're going to go right into the fire here. The stage is set next Friday night. The Daytona 500, the Xfinity race, and then the truck race. Xfinity and then Cup and then truck. And then the Super Truck season will get started. Potentially might look at broadcasting a few of those races. We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, we can. I plan on. I don't know if we're going to make everyone, but yeah, we're going to definitely bring some streams on from Sunday night for sure.
But I'm so excited about the talent in this league. Can't wait to broadcast the Cup and Xfinity side of things. That'll be me and you there, Butters. And then Butters and I are going to get to race in the truck series. So I'm assuming guys like Chase and perhaps Sauce and Brink could be broadcasting trucks.
Yeah, me and Chase are supposed to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
like I said,
really excited for this year.
Yep, just want to point out anybody, that ends up watching this or is watching it now. I mean, where else can you on a Friday night when you ain't got nothing going on to watch 3 separate series in one league race on one night? Cobra is unique for that. I believe that's the only league that I know of that will run all 3 of their series on one night. So it's super exciting. It's unique, and it's a blast to be able to broadcast and ultimately get to race in that last race in the truck. So I'm excited myself.
All right, I want to say congratulations to our top 5 once more with their great showings tonight here in the shootout. And Butters, you can go ahead and send us off.
All right, so there you have it, guys. Like I said, join us back next Friday at 8 Eastern. Was the start of our Xfinity race. We'll be broadcasting, and then you'll be able to enjoy the Cup at 9:30 Eastern, and then the truck should be coming at you around 11, I believe.
11:15.
Yeah, 11:15 is a little bit on how the Cup race ends, but yeah. Till then, guys, like I said, look forward. Join us next Friday for our opening season from Daytona.
We should be qualifying by 11:15 on the trucks.
You got her. So till then, guys, we'll see you then, and everybody have a safe weekend and good night.
Have a great night, everyone.